Irish Wood Music Optimistic here, and today I'm going to be doing a video where I talk about Geese, specifically about how I learned to love the record Getting Killed. Or, learning to love Getting Killed. That's what the title is going to be. I don't really know how to work that into a sentence naturally, and I'm sure as hell not going to be writing a video. Because anytime that I've tried writing a video, which I did try writing this one, it takes way too long and I eventually just never make it because that's way too much work, and I don't like doing work. Anywho, Geese, they are a New York-based rock band, one of the most popular bands of the 2020s so far, and with their last record, Getting Killed, I, wasn't crazy about it. Now, it wasn't my first exposure to Geese. I actually knew of Geese back in 2023 when Fantano gave their record 3D Country a light 8 or whatever, and then proceeded to put it on their year-end list pretty high and continued to praise it throughout the year pretty highly. However, given the cover of this thing being very obviously an homage to like country music in general, it was not really a record that I was going to touch with a 10-foot pole. Not that I don't like anything country related, because I do. There are some records that I absolutely love in this vein. Helplessness Blues, Dragon New War Mountain, I Believe in You, and even 3D Country now. But back then, in 2023, I was good. I'm good. I'm fine. But fast forward to early 2025 when I started dating around with a few different people because, you know, big life changes that I'm no longer in a relationship. And this one girl that I went on a date with, she decided to, on a ride to a local game store I was taking her to, I let her take the aux or whatever, because I don't like forcing my music taste on people, despite me having a channel where I force my music taste on people. And she puts on this song from Geese called Undoer. This song was incredible. It had me in fucking awe. And the ending moments with the loud, just insanity that sounds like warfare and death and explosive brilliance really blew my fucking mind. And so after that date, which was kind of alright, but I decided to never speak to them again for separate reasons, I decided I need to listen to this album, and so I listened to 3D Country. 2 years after it had already been released, but let's say I was just on time. Not only did I enjoy this record, I really enjoyed this record. I loved this record. I think when I first heard it, I gave it a strong 9. Incredible stuff. Cowboy Nudes, the intro track, 3D Country, really the first 4 tracks on the record are some of the greatest rock music of the decade. No fucking question. It's so sticky, it's so punchy, it's so fucking energetic, up-tempo, and absolutely brilliant. And so yeah, after finally coming around on this record, or actually giving it a fucking chance, I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I needed more Geese. And so I went back to the 2021 record, Projector. This one is their debut album. I know some people on Album of the Year may say, oh, they have a 2018 record called A Beautiful Memory. But that's not really their debut album, because the band has pretty much disowned it, because it's a record that they made when they were like 15. None of them really stand by it now. Calling that their debut record is like calling the album that Björk made when she was a child the debut record. No. So anywho, Geese's debut, Projector, fantastic record as well. It's not one that I've returned to all that often because it's not as sticky or as immediate as 3D Country, but its production, its immaculate charm, and just its overall cohesive playing amongst the group and showing how great of a unit that they can be collectively, you know, is on full display on this record. In many ways, Projector is just as good as 3D Country. And so, when they announced a new record, Getting Killed, I was kind of excited for it. I was very much looking forward to this record. More Geese, more Geese. Maybe if I had known that Taxes had been released as a single, I would have listened to it. Maybe I would have liked it. Maybe I wouldn't have. I have no clue what my feelings in the past would have been. But what I can tell you is when the album did drop and I did finally listen to it, I wasn't actually all that fond of it. Like, sure, I didn't exactly hate it, but if you go back and look at my worst of the year video, I showed some albums that I rated kind of lowly, and I'm pretty sure I gave Geese like a 5 out of 10. This album was just fine. It was kind of in one ear and out the other. Very background, very much a step down from their previous record, in my opinion, because not only were the songs not as immediately sticky, the production not as punchy, the musical ideas on display were just not nearly as front and center as they seemingly were on 3D Country and Projector, which again, let me add, I fucking loved. So Geese releasing another album that actually did not do much of anything for me, didn't really leave a long-lasting impression on my mind. I mean, whenever you listen to something that you think is just okay, does it really stick around in your mind? Something has to either be really good or really fucking bad for it to stick. If something is just a-okay, like that Saya record, I don't know. I don't fucking remember a single note from it. It's just fine. And so, for a long time, I gave this Geese record literally no thought. It left my mind, it left my consciousness. 3D Country was just gonna sit front and center as my favorite Geese record until the next one drops in 2027, because they seemingly are on the every other year release schedule since their debut record, Projector, which is their debut record. But near like end of 2025, beginning of 2026, doom scrolling or whatever on TikTok, I found this one reel, which I love. It's so fucking funny. It's absolutely hilarious.
Luggage Taylor in a big green bowl. Luggage Taylor in a big green bowl.
How do I describe what this did to my brain? Maybe it's just the absurd presentation of this video, or me finally noticing how sticky of a refrain this is. Seemingly all it needs is just a fucking mashup with Photoshop or face shopping by Sophie for it to click in my brain. But I finally got something from the album back in my fucking brain. And so, yeah, I checked out this single song, I'll Pay Du Cocaine, or I Pay Du Cocaine, or I'm shoving cocaine down my fucking nostrils. But yeah, I immediately loved it and decided I should probably start weaning myself a little bit more into the album, because maybe there's other things I would like if there's this one idea. And eventually I listened to Taxes, which I won't lie, I was a little mixed on at first. Don't get me wrong, the first half of it was pretty incredible in the way that it switched up with the higher fidelity on the back end. Blew my fucking mind, legitimately. But the vocals and the melody on the back end felt very generic indie rock. Like if you were thinking of a positive, uplifting indie rock band sound, a la fucking Bombay Bicycle Club, this is exactly what I would be thinking of. But as time went on, I guess my brain adjusted and I just found myself loving the half of the song as well. And so I eventually checked out more of the record and more of the record and more of the record up until like a couple months ago. I think literally last month is when I finally decided, yeah, I fucking love this album. It's absolutely incredible. Now, again, all of this was pretty much kicked off from a single fucking TikTok that I saw, pretty much soft launching this idea that, hey, maybe getting killed is a good album. But also part of it could be attributed to the fact that I started having issues with 3D Country. Look, I still love 3D Country. It's still a great record. Those first 4 tracks, like I said, are absolutely incredible. However, I do not fucking care about Undoer at all, which again is funny because this is the song that got me into Geese and this album in the first place. But Undoer is just such a fucking boring, drab, empty. It's nothing. It's nothing for like half of it. It's just waiting for the song to fucking kick off and get going. And when it does, it's great. It's awesome. It's immaculate. But it's such a goddamn long waiting point from the beginning to the part where the song actually starts that when this song comes on, I usually just put on a different album. Now, you know, I could just skip to the next song, but I don't like skipping songs and albums because it, you know, fucks with the flow entirely and makes me, you know, kind of want to not continue. Now, like I said, I still have 3D Country. Pretty much every other song is still really good. I wouldn't say it's a strong 9 now. I'd probably say like a decent to strong 8 or 8 plus, because I'm not stealing Fantano's rating scale. I'm stealing the Abuser's rating scale. And so, yeah, despite not caring about getting killed at first, I would actually now say that I prefer it over 3D Country. And here is why. While the ideas on Getting Killed are a bit more lax and laid back, and sometimes the production of it is not as punchy, being produced by Kenny Beats instead of James Ellis Ford, I believe. Yeah, I'm right. I'm always right. This record has a lot more fuzz. It's a lot more laid back. It's a lot more improvisational and jam-like at point. Like Long Island City, Here I Come is pretty much like a 6.5 minute, 7 minute, a jam session with Cameron Winter losing his goddamn mind on it, and it's absolutely phenomenal. Like, it's genuinely one of the most emotionally overpowering songs on the record. Hands down, I absolutely love this thing. And that Long Island City, here I come refrain has just been like stuck in my goddamn head. And speaking of things getting stuck in your head, there are so many goddamn tight and masterful melodic ideas on here, like Cobra or Husbands or Getting Killed. The like couple different hooks on Getting Killed itself. Island of Men especially is another one. Fucking Bow Down. You don't know what it's like. Again, there are some masterful melodic ideas on here that I guess just with its more laid back presentation didn't really grab me at all, despite these songs now being some of my favorite songs, period right now. Yeah, there's just a whole lot more I'm enjoying about this record now, giving it time to grow on me and, actually paying attention to it, going from like a decent 5 to a 9-. No question, really. I love this record now. I'm not sure if it would make my top 10 of the year because that Psycho Frame record is really good. Quadeka's album was really good. Maruja. I still don't know how to fucking pronounce that shit. Jane Remover, still great. My top 3 of the year are still my top 3 of the year. And also, the Gorilla Toss record, You're Weird Now, a record that I didn't touch in 2025 because I'm dumb and stupid, I guess. I finally listened to it this past month, and holy shit, this record would be in my top 5 of last year, no question. Maybe I should do a video reviewing that. Anywho, yeah, I love Getting Killed now. I love Geese. I love Getting Killed. And yeah, that is all I have to say. Bye.